Have you ever gotten home, looked at something you just bought, and thought, why on earth did I buy that? Yeah, we all like to think we're these super rational shoppers, making smart, deliberate choices. But what if I told you that most of your decisions are actually being nudged by invisible forces you don't even see? Today, we're going to pull back the curtain on those hidden forces. Let's get into it. Just think about your days so far, from the coffee you picked up this morning to that website you were just scrolling through. Every single one of those choices felt like it was your choice, right? But in this nonstop battle for your attention and your money, are you really the one in the driver's seat? Okay, so here's the big idea we're diving into. Your situation, I'm talking about the physical place you're in, the people you're with, even the time of day, it's like a powerful co-pilot in your decision making. And here's the wild part. These outside factors are often way more powerful than our own personal tastes. So let's break down exactly how this co-pilot works. First up, let's talk about the physical world. The atmosphere of a store, the weather outside, even just how many people are in the room. All of it can completely change what you buy and when you buy it. Let's start with something you can't control at all, the weather. A rainy day isn't just a bummer, it's a huge economic force. For a beach resort or an outdoor concert, it's a total disaster. But for the person selling umbrellas on the corner or for online stores, a rainy day is like a gold rush. It just goes to show how something so simple can totally reshape our immediate needs and spending habits. Oh man, we've all been there, right? You walk into a store, it's just a chaotic mess of people, and you just do a 180 and walk right back out. But what about when a crowd has the opposite effect? When it actually pulls you in? This gets into a really fascinating psychological principle called herd behavior. See, our brains have this little shortcut. We're wired to think that if a whole bunch of people are doing something, well, there must be a good reason for it. It's why we sometimes find ourselves joining a line without even knowing what it's for. And that is the power of social proof in action. A long line creates this magnetic pull. Our brain sees that crowd and immediately thinks, whoa, whatever's in there must be awesome. That line isn't just a line, it's a giant, flashing, nonverbal advertisement telling us that something valuable is happening and we are absolutely missing out. All right, so let's zoom in on another massive influence, the people around us. Whether you're with friends, family, or even a bunch of strangers, your social world has a huge say in what you buy. So this tends to work in two main ways. First, there's conformity. You see this with stuff people can actually see you using, like clothes or cars. We look to our friends and peers for clues on what's cool, what's acceptable, because we want that social approval. And second, there's what's called informational influence. This happens when we're not sure what to do. Say, buying a new laptop. We seek out the experts in our friend group because, let's be honest, we trust their judgment way more than some random salesperson's. And underneath all of this, we're all playing amateur psychologists. We're constantly trying to figure out the why behind people's behavior. It's a concept called attribution theory. We instinctively try to figure out if our friend is recommending that new restaurant because it's genuinely amazing, or if they just have weird taste. Basically, your brain runs this super quick background check on any recommendation you get. It asks 3 questions. First, consensus. Is it just your friend who loves this movie, or is everybody talking about it? Second, distinctiveness. Does your friend love every single movie they see, or are they really picky? And third, consistency. Is this the first time they've mentioned it, or do they bring it up all the time? Based on these answers, we decide if the product is actually great, or if maybe our friend just has unique preferences. All right, let's shift gears and talk about an influence that every single one of us feels every day: time. The time of day, the time of year, and just how much time we feel like we have, it radically changes how we shop. For a masterclass in this, look at 7-Eleven in Japan. Seriously, they have perfected time-based retail. Their stores literally transform throughout the day. In the morning, they're packed with quick breakfast stuff for commuters rushing to work. Come lunchtime, boom, it's all about ready-to-eat meals for office workers. And then in the evening, the whole store shifts again to focus on items for dinner and late-night snacks. Their entire business is built around knowing what you need, exactly when you need it. And this all plugs right into that modern feeling of being totally time-starved. We feel like we never have enough time, which makes convenience the most valuable product in the world. It's why we're willing to pay extra for curbside pickup, for instant customer service callbacks, for literally anything that saves us a few precious minutes. Okay, for our final chapter, let's look at the why, the specific reason you're shopping, your mission, your task. It completely rewrites your decision-making process. Just think about the difference between buying an engagement ring versus, say, a cheap collapsible table for a camping trip. For the ring, the stakes are sky high, both financially and socially. You're going to spend weeks, maybe months, researching and agonizing over that choice. But the camping table? The risk is practically zero. You'll probably make a quick decision based on price and if it looks like it won't fall apart. See? It's the same person, but the purpose of the purchase creates two totally different shoppers. So what this all boils down to is that our level of focus and engagement is tied directly to how much risk we feel. The higher the stakes, the more we slow down, the more information we gather, and the more carefully we think through our choices. High risk basically forces us to be much smarter, more deliberate consumers. So, we've covered the influence of place, people, time, and purpose. The big question is, how do we use all this knowledge to become more conscious consumers and, maybe take back a little bit of control? Here's a super simple mental checklist you can run through before your next purchase. Just take a second and ask yourself, how does this store's environment feel? Who am I shopping with right now? How much time do I actually have? And why am I really buying this? Just pausing to consider those things can make a huge difference. At the end of the day, you can't just eliminate these situational influences. They're a fundamental part of how we exist in the world. But understanding that they're there, seeing how they're working on you, that gives you the power. The power to recognize them and then make a choice that is truly your own. So the next time you're about to hit that buy button or pull out your wallet, just for a second, look around. Ask yourself what unseen forces might be at play, because now that you can see the strings, you get to decide who's pulling them.